Hello everyone, welcome to Zion Traders YouTube channel. My name is Ostebina and I'm a Forex trader. On this channel I share my trading journey, and every week I share my directional bias for the week on this channel. So if you love what I do here on this channel, make sure you smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, right? Please subscribe, like this video. These two things are very important. Subscribe, like this video. Thank you. I know you are good. I know you've done that, right? So let's quickly get started with today's analysis. So today being 11th August 2024, we are about to just do the directional bias for the this week, this new week that we just entered, and let's see what's going to happen on gold and on GBPUSD, right? So let's quickly go to our economic calendar and see what we have off for next week. So we'll just move it to this week, and let's see. So on Monday, this is for Japan, bank holiday, USD. All right, so we have CPI this week, which is for GBPUSD. GBPUSD CPI is on Wednesday, so you should be careful of that. And USD, which is dollar CPI, is on Wednesday as well. So on Wednesday is going to be very volatile for US dollar related pairs and GBP USD related pairs. So make sure you are mindful of that. Personally, for me, it's a day like something. I don't actually like being in a marketplace in a days like this, which is on Wednesday, where you have CPI even on GBP USD and same thing on dollar. GBP USD will just be doing crazy that day, right? Because it has high impact news like CPI on both the GBP and US dollar, right? So it's going to be a crazy day. It's going to be a crazy day on Wednesday. So on Thursday, coming to Thursday, we also have high impact news. All you are seeing here, they are all high impact news, right? So I had to filter everything, and I only accept, like, all I'm seeing here are high impact news, right? So you can see that the week is going to be a very volatile week, because liquidity is going to be injected into the marketplace, and the week is going to be like very volatile. So we are going to use that for our advantage, by the way. So let's quickly go to the weekly time frame. This is gold, and on the weekly time frame we can see we are just bullish. So even there is actually nothing much for me to say, because this thing, we are obviously bullish, and on our previous episode I've told you guys why price is doing what it's doing here, and I told you guys I was actually bullish for last week, and you can see the week was pretty bullish as well. um and this week, guys, I'm bullish, right? I'm looking at the external range liquidity residing above this high. This is the immediate high taken out, so this week. So I was actually hoping to take it out last week, but it didn't. So but I'm still hoping to take out it will go, price will go and take it out this very week, right? So this is our target right now, right? On the weekly time frame, we can see price actually this engulfing bullish candle engulf this previous candle, and then all we can see right now, price took our liquidity below this low here, below the previous other week, which is this week low, and then immediately after taking out the liquidity, price started buying immediately. So what's our next target? This liquidity has been taken out. Our next target is to take out first. For the week, we are looking at price taking out the previous week high, and then we are going to take out this high and this high eventually, right? So let's go to the daily time frame, right? So on the daily time frame, you can see what price did. Price actually did crazy stuff, but price traded into the order block. I told you guys previously that I was looking at price either taking out this high or coming to trading back in deeply into discounts, right? So look at what happened. This is the formation. Price broke structure here to the upside, and then what happened? Whenever price breaks structure or takes out external range liquidity, what are you looking at? You are looking at price trading back into internal range liquidity. And what are the internal range liquidity here? There is a tiny fair value gap here, and there is an order block here. So look at how price came back to the order block beautifully. It took liquidity residing below the order block, and then price started buying immediately, guys. So coming to this, this is it. So you can see what price is actually doing now. The next target for price is for price to come and take out the liquidity residing above this high, but mind you, this is the first, this should be your first target in case you are taking any trade, because this is the previous week high. So this should be your first target if you are taking trade, which is 124.60. That should be your first target, and then eventually you should target all of this liquidity residing above this with the buy side liquidity. So price has traded into the other block. What are we looking at price doing? Trading back to take out the external range liquidity, right? So it's just simply price trading into internal to external range liquidity. That's just what price does, right? So it might not be smooth, but then that is what it does, right? So price has traded into internal range liquidity. What we are expecting next is for price to come and take out the external range liquidity. This is what I'm expecting. First, I told you guys you should target here first, because this is previous week high. They are liquidity resetting above the previous week high, so you should take note of that. So I pretty took a sell trade on last week. I took 2 losses here. It was crazy, guys. Though I actually learned my lessons, because one of the trade, I'm not supposed to take it that way. It means I'm supposed to still be on this trade by now, but then I set my stop loss in the wrong place where I'm not supposed to, and then I lost the trade. I took a sell. I wanted to sell. I told you guys internal to external. Price took out the external range liquidity. So, and actually there's a fair value gap here using which FXCM. Let's go to forex.com. Let's look for it. XAUUSD. Let's use forex.com. There's actually a fair value gap there on forex.com. So look at the fair value gap. So I was hoping that price will just take from the fair value gap, price will retrace into a discount level, right? Because price was at premium, I wanted to trade into the discount, but then price refused to. Instead, look at what price did. I think we should go back to forex.com to make more sense. So look at what price did. Price traded into this region, price traded into this fair value gap, and then started buying, right? So that's what price did. And when price, actually I'm supposed to take this trade like this, a break here, and I'll wait for price to come to this other block right just here. This was how I did my first setup, but then it is where we learn every day. I've learned my lessons from it, so I'm supposed to still be on this trade, but probably if the trade comes back, I will be on break even, because once price gets to 1.5 arrow, I do break even my trades, right? So, but it is what it is. Lessons learned. And moving on to the week, what are we looking for? I'm actually still looking at gold buying here, but then since it's a new week, we could have a deep retracement that will take out this relative equal lows here, because what I see right here is liquidity, right? So we could have a deep retracement into this fair value gap, and then before a continuation. So this is one thing I'm looking at in the market, and however this one it's likely not going to happen, but it might happen if this buy fails, right? If the buy fails, it therefore means we are coming for this relative equal lows, liquidity residing below this relative equal lows, and then we are trading into deep discount. With this IOFED we can spot right here, and IOFED here. So if price does not do this, so on Monday, between Monday and Tuesday, price should do this, but I'm not so certain if price will come retrace deeply into this fair value gap here, which is, I'll call it IOFED, institutional order flow entry trade. I'm not too certain, but then price could do that, and then before this buy starts, right, or continues, right? So that's one thing price could possibly do, because the reason why I'm still looking at price that way, because of this silver. Silver is actually correlating with gold. So even though silver wants to continue its buy, I'm looking at silver trading, because if you look at that, this is daily fair value gap. Price took out liquidity from here, and I'm looking at silver trading into this fair value gap, here, and then before even buying, if at all it wants to buy. So I'm using this idea, combining these whole ideas. I'm using it for gold. If you see something, the candles are pretty different. So if you look at this zone, you see smooth equal lows candle, but then here is actually different. So you can't use based on that relative equal lows candle, you can't make decisions based on that. And if even though if you come to for Oanda, you can see that that IFED is actually not here. So this might not happen, right? Because this kind of price traded almost efficiently, although we still have tiny fair value gaps that are on trade that has not been traded. So price could continue bullish like this, but if I'm to use this chart here, this forex, I will be anticipating this for price to come and trade into this imbalance. But then here the Oanda price has actually traded into price has actually traded not efficiently, but then almost. So but we still have a tiny fair value gap here. We still have a mitigation block to be mitigated, something like this, this mitigation block. If price can come back to this mitigation block, trade into this mitigation block before a continuation. Price could do this, but however this is more probable, because on Monday, coming into on Monday, if I get a trade, a buy setup from here, I'll take a buy from here to target this external range liquidity, right, the previous week high. So this is the first idea I have, and then the second idea we have is, if this buy fails here, if it fails, then my next point of interest will be this break mitigation block on the daily time frame. Now once price trades into this mitigation block, sells into this mitigation block, I'll be looking at taking a buy from here, and then we'll continue that buy for the week. So this might be the reason why where the buy for the week will start. I don't know, but it could start from here, but then it's probably it can also come here, and then price will start from here. So I actually have two ideas, 2 point of interest. Price could start from here, because if you look at this, for me, I see this as a break of structure, and then price coming back to the other block right here, although it's tiny, but then that is what I'm saying here. So price could continue like this, or price can retrace into deep discount here and before this continuation. Let's check the daily time frame and see. Yeah, so another reason why I will actually still love price to, why this price coming into this zone and maybe 60% certain, is because I can also spot a fair value gap on the daily time frame. So this fair value gap might be the draw on liquidity, right? My draw price to trade into this fair value gap on the daily time frame, and then from this fair value gap to this 4-hour breaker block and mitigation block, will start buying it. You get it right. So this is more probable. This very zone that I outlined is more probable. So price could also take out liquidity on Friday's low, and then immediately it starts, but ultimately I'm looking at price trading lower, taking out the low, this low, right? And then if price takes it out, then I'm going to be very confident of taking the buy. But taking the buy from here is, for me, is just a risk, right? I'm just taking a risk. But then if price comes here, I'm taking, like, it's more probable, guys. So make sure you take screenshot and watch out for this playing out, right? So I'm also going to send it to the Telegram channel. Make sure you join the Telegram channel, guys. So let's quickly do small analysis on GBPUSD. GBPUSD, it's actually great, and you guys know that I trade GBPUSD. And if you look at our last previous forecast, I told you guys that this was our draw on liquidity. So, and I told you guys that I was looking at price trading into this fair value gap. This was my draw on liquidity, right? So price has pretty traded into the fair value gap now. So what are we looking for? I'm actually looking at price, this GBPUSD continue its buy, right? That's ultimately, right, continue buy, this buy happening, right? This is actually what I'm looking at. So my focus now is buy. No, but how am I going to confirm that this buy is going to continue, or this buy is going to start after this massive sell? Then let's go to the 4-hour time frame, right? So coming to the 4 hour time frame, price has actually done crazy stuffs, and I was actually watching what price was doing, but I can see something nice that confirms my bias. Price has pretty traded into, has changed character. There's a shift of market structure here, and I can also see that price has retested the fair value gap here, which is traded into the fair value gap. So all I would love to see now is, first, let me target this point, this relative equal high candle, and yeah, relative equal highs. But then most times from experience, this kind of highs, they tend to have more liquidities than this kind of set of high, right? So if I take a trade from here, I'm looking at taking out this high, right? Most probably. So I'm on buys. So for the week, I'm buying GBPUSD, guys. So how am I going to frame my trade on Monday? I might not. So I just decided to just actually, I'm trading more of gold, but then GBPUSD, I might not trade it. So it's just based on probability. But this is what I'm looking at for you guys. So for those that trade GBPUSD, I'm looking at taking buy from here, taking buys from here, and I'm not looking at price trading into this zone again, although price can do that if you check your DXY. And let's say, let's quickly check DXY. But then, since this fair value has been traded into, has been retested, although price can retest institutional reference point several times or multiple times, but then after this is what I'm looking at first. Since price has retested it, I'm looking at this buy happening here. So on Monday, I'll just look for Asia. After Asia, I'll look to buy after price has taken out Asia low. So on Monday, I'll look for buy after price has taken out Asia low. Once price takes out Asia low, I'll take my buys, right? So we are not in Asia session yet. So but on during New York Open, I'll start looking for Asia session to be taken out. Then I'll take a buy right from here. Let's quickly take a glance at DXY. Let's see what DXY is doing. Let's quickly go to the weekly time frame, clear off all the drawings right here. So on the weekly time frame, price took out liquidity here, and we have a fair value gap that is there to be traded into on the weekly time frame, right? So price could actually still buy, and it means that GBPUSD could actually possibly sell until this happens. But then I'm on buy bias until that low, that 4 hour low on GBPUSD is taken out. So also we can also see that price has traded into the daily time frame. So price broke structure, make sure you pay attention. Price broke structure here, and price has traded it back into the daily time frame fair value gap. So this fair value gap is a very wide one, and we love to start looking for trades, right? Once price trades into the consequent encroachment, which is the 50% of the range, which price has actually traded close to it. But then, so what I'm looking at now is gold and GBP and DXY is continuing this sell. So I don't know if it will continue, but everything we do here, they are all under probability. We are just speculating the market. So once this low is taken out here, so once this low is taken out now on DXY, you know, on GBPUSD the buy is set, but because we have a market structure shift, but on DXY the sell is not ready yet. So because we don't have a shift of market structure yet. So I would love to see this happen, and then this happen, right? So it therefore means that GBPUSD, that buy might not start immediately if this guy has not respected itself. That's the truth, right? But then on its own, I'm looking for buys on GBPUSD regardless, right? But then that might fail. So if you want to be certain that GBPUSD will buy, we would love to see that there's a market structure shift on DXY first before we are very certain that GBPUSD will start buying. But for now, we are still though, because I'm still looking for GBPUSD buy anyways. Yeah, I'm still looking at GBPUSD buying, but then to be certain is going to buy, like 90% certain, you love to see that DXY is giving a set structure. DXY is still giving bullish structure. So that's the reason, guys. So good luck. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe and like this video.